Welcome back. This is Future Tina talking. I've already created the meal. I was editing the video and I'm like, what? There's no me talking, telling you what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna do that right now. We're doing another $1 video. What would I do if I only had $1 to feed myself something to eat? So I went to the store, I walked around, I found a few things, and I came back and cooked it. And actually, I couldn't eat it all. The kids actually helped me eat it. So without further ado, let's get it, let's go. Let me show you what I did. Come on. All right, there's my dinner haul. I got a really good deal. I can't believe that Jiffy is now 72 cents, by the way. When did that rate hike come into effect? But I got the apples were on sale for 60 cents. I took a picture of it. I'll put that up. And I got a banana. Now, if you'll notice, that banana, well, it's super tiny, first of all, and there's no banana skin. Because I didn't have that much money left in the budget. I didn't want to leave money on the table. So I took the banana, I got rid of the peel, and I rang it up that way. That brought me in this whole thing. It was 13 cents for the apple, 10 cents for the banana, and 72 cents for the Jiffy. Let me show you what I'm going to do with that, but let me wrap that banana up. And let me tell you this, I got that banana and came straight home, and now we're doing this because I don't want it to turn colors. I want to show you how small this banana is. It fits in the palm of my hand. It's that small, and it is so skinny. But hey, it's going to be food in my belly. And if I only have $1, I'll take that banana. All right, let's move on. Let me show you the pantry staples. All right, here we go. I'm going to make these into like pancakes. I'm going to try. I'm going to make one that's savory that should almost mimic a sausage. It's not really, but it's going to mimic like a sausage, breakfast sausage kind of a thing. That's what I have over here. I have some mayonnaise because I don't have an egg, some sage, a pinch of chili powder, a pinch of onion powder, and in the dish here, I have a half a teaspoon of garlic, pepper, and paprika. Over here, I have some cinnamon and a pinch of sugar if I use it, and we're going to need a little bit of water for each of those. Let's get started. First thing we're going to do is get started on the apple, because we're going to make it. We're going to make a like an apple pancake, but we're also going to put like an apple compote on top. Okay. So what I did was I washed off my apple, I washed it in good hot water, and I scrape all the wax off of the peel. Because I'm going to eat the peel. I'm not going to cook the peel, but I'm going to eat the peel because there's a lot of nutrition in the peel that you don't want to lose by getting rid of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to peel the apple like this. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of lemon juice, and I'm just going to run it over top of it so that it doesn't oxidize while we're cooking everything else. And then I'm just going to stick it over there on the plate. I might cover it up, put it in the refrigerator, I don't know. But that's what I'm going to do first, is get this apple peeled, because we want to get some of it. And I'm leaving a bit of the apple on there. That's okay, because we want a little bit of apple on there. And then we're just going to run the lemon on it. All right, so I got a little bit of saran wrap there. I'm just going to put this in here, put it face down a little bit. So I just don't want it to oxidize while I'm doing the rest, to see how quickly it's oxidizing over there. So what we're going to do is we're going to take half of the banana. That's not even a banana. We're going to take half of the apple, and we're going to shred it up. Just be careful not to get the core. We need some for the top, and if we don't have enough, we always have the banana. I don't know why I talk like that. All right, let's get set up for the next step. I forgot to show you what came out of this thing. All of that apple. Okay, Then what I'm going to do before we go away, I'm going to dice this up for when I need it when we make the compote. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this apple and I'm going to dice it up nice and small so we have some pieces. I almost want to leave some big, but we're going to do small so it goes farther. So just kind of like that. So I'm going to do it to the whole apple. Ooh, almost got my finger. All right, I got to hurry up because my apples are starting to turn colors over here. But that's what we're going to do. Let's start mixing it up. All right, that's all I'm throwing away there is just the core. All right, so I'm going to split this up. It's about 3/4 of a cup a piece. Gonna measure that out. That's about 3/4 of a cup. See the other one. Put a little bit there. Okay, and the one I'm doing the apple, we'll get that getting mixed in now because it's getting all brown. I don't want it to get brown. It's going to be all right. It's just oxidizing, but push that in there. All of that. All right, I'm going to add 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. Can add up to 1/2, but we'll start with 1/4. And we're going to start adding water. A tablespoon. Sorry, it's clanking with all of this. We're going to add a tablespoon at a time. I'm going to put, well, we're going to start with 2 tablespoons. Okay? And we want this to be thick, but still like a batter. Okay? Going to keep mixing until we get the consistency we want. Another tablespoon. That's 3 tablespoons. And we need this to sit because cornbread takes a little bit of time to hydrate. So, and the apple's going to act as your binder in this one. I think we're going to stop right there for that. I'm just going to give it a smell and see if it has enough cinnamon in it for me. Can add a little bit of brown sugar if you like. I'm not going to, but you could. I don't know. I think I could use a little bit more cinnamon. Maybe not a whole nother, just a sprinkle. Not 1/4, but not a 1/2 either. 3/4 of a half. All right, let's get that. Let that do its thing. And we'll move over to this one. To this one, we're going to add the paprika, the pepper, and the garlic powder. I think I'm going to take a little bit of the pepper out, though, because I'm not that big on pepper, and I feel like it's going to be too peppery for me. I'm putting it to the side. I did 1/4 teaspoon of pepper instead of 1/2 teaspoon. That's going to go in. You're going to need a tablespoon of mayonnaise. My little jar of mayonnaise that I have here. That's going to be my binder because I don't have an egg. Boom. In that goes. For a minute, I thought I wasn't recording. I'd be like, oh no! I'd have to go back to the store. All right. Now we're going to start adding the same to this as we did the other one. Let me give that a quick mix first and then we'll... Nah, let's just go for it. That's all right. Let's get that a nice mix. I got to add some more seasoning up there as soon as I get this to where we're going. I'm hoping I'm not making a mistake by not making this other one banana. I wanted to do a sweet and a savory. That's 3 tablespoons. I might need more water in this one than that one because that had the apple in it. Yeah. I'm just going to pour what's left in there. If I need some more, I'll get some more. Which I do. Let me get some more water. All right. Don't mind the water. It's just because I have mayonnaise on the tablespoon. Okay, we're going to add a pinch of onion powder, a pinch of chili powder, and a pinch of sage. Apparently, the sage is what you need, which is good because, you know, me and spices. It's all under my fingers. Got to add a pinch. And a pinch is a 1/8 of a teaspoon, if you don't know that. Got to add a pinch of the onion, a pinch of sage. Boom. Got a nice mess going on over here. All right. Let's move over to the frying pan. Ooh, it does smell. It's got that. Yeah. How about that? I don't know how to explain what it smells like. It's got that, like, I don't know. Not sausagey. I can't think. Wow, that's good. All right, let's move over. All right, we're going to add some butter, or what we call butter, in there. We're going to start with the savory. Now this, you're going to want some butter because you want to get it crispy on the edges. I'm hoping I can, at least that's what I'm going for. Crispy on the edges. But you got to cook it low and slow because it might take a little bit longer to cook. But we'll see. Right now I'm sitting at a 5. So a medium heat right now. Let's see if that's good enough yet. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Gonna make a couple of pancakes. I don't know how many I want to make. Let's start with that first one, see how it does. All right, let's see what's going on. Nope, we're not yet. It's gonna take a few minutes. All right, let's see how this first one came out. See if I'm cooking it low enough. Whoops. Ooh, it came apart, but that's okay. It's all right. It's all right. Let's push it together. I got to cook it a little bit longer. I rushed it. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to cook it low and slow. Going to keep repeating that process. Yeah, that's good. That's done. All right, I'm going to put that on a paper plate. I'm going to repeat the process for this. I'll be back when we get to the apple ones, or if I get a better way of doing this. Okay, live and learn. I'm cooking these on a 2 because my first one came out really flat looking. I'm like, I don't like that. Check out the next ones. Look how puffy they're coming out. So we're going to cook those low and slow. I still have about enough for one more pancake out of that. I'll show you what that looks like as soon as we're done. While this is cooking, we're going to start on the compote because that can cook in the background. Okay, these are coming out really good now. These are coming out much better. You just got to take your time with these. Boom. How about that? I'm not going to be able to eat all this food, by the way, guys. I never can. All right. As soon as that browns up, I got one more to go. And I was about to start on the compote. So let's get that going. All right, so I left a couple of pieces whole because I'm thinking maybe I want to lay a slice or two across the top for the pretty. They're buried in there somewhere. So we're going to cook that slowly. I'm going to add a little bit of water, and we're just going to let that cook down. I'm going to put a pinch, and when I say a pinch, I mean a pinch of sugar in there. That wasn't a pinch, that was half a pinch. There you go. That's all we're going to do. We're going to let that cook low and slow till it gets sticky. Almost forgot the cinnamon. Got to add a little bit of cinnamon, let it cook slowly. So we're going to put that on the back burner. I'll come back from time to time and let you see that as it's cooking. Let's switch everything back out. And we're going to take this off of here. Boom. 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 It probably could have used a bit more mayonnaise in this one, but live and learn. All right. Last one. And then we're on to the apple ones. Last one, all done. Let me clean it out a little bit. We're going to start working on the apple. These are still cooking low and slow. Got to add a little bit more water to them in the back. Let those continue to cook down. See how we could do about these apple ones. Say, just because it's dinner doesn't mean you have to have steak. You could actually have breakfast for dinner. All right, let's get the other one over here. Now, I don't know how many this is going to make because it's thicker. All right. It's much thicker. I add a little bit more water to it. But we'll see. We'll do one small one first, and then we'll see what we get from that. All right. Yep.